Hi, welcome back to Her Daily Wisdom Kitchen. My name is Rosie and thank you so much for inviting us into your space. Today we're making honey whole wheat dinner rolls with quinoa chickpea soup. As for the dinner rolls, these are the ingredients we're going to use today. 3.5 cups of whole wheat flour, half a teaspoon of salt, a third cup of natural honey, half a cup of unsalted butter, 2.25 teaspoons of yeast, 1 cup of milk. This is almond milk. So I'm gonna warm my milk for about 30 to 40 seconds in the microwave. As that warms, I'll be mixing everything else. I'm gonna start putting all the dry ingredients together, mix it up, and then add everything in there, and then I'll add the milk last. In goes the salt, and then in goes the yeast. 1, 2 and 1/4. Okay, now I'm going to create a well in the middle, and then I'll put the eggs in there. I'll put the honey in there as well. Mix that. As you notice, I'm adding a little bit of flour as I go. I'll cut up my butter into small pieces. So it's easy to work with because I won't be melting it. Okay, in goes the butter. And then at this point, I'll bring in the warm milk. Make sure it's not hot, you just want it warm. And in goes our milk. Gradually, don't pour the whole thing in at once. Little by little, as you bring more flour into the well, to the point that you have no more flour left. No need for a well. Get in with your hands and start kneading the dough so everything combines together nicely and you don't have chunks of butter like I do right now. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit because I don't want it too hard. A little bit at a time, and then I'll feel it, and I'll also check what my hands are like because that's the indicator. Okay, it's still a little bit too soft, as you can see, so I'm going to add a little more. We're right where we want it. See, it's not too hard, it's not too soft, it's just perfect. And you're going to need this for a maximum of maybe about 8 minutes. Should be good. So I'm just gonna fold it nicely in the center, bring everything to the center like that, and then I'll turn the whole dough upside down like that, and then I'll cover it with saran wrap or cling. I want the yeast to work its way so that the dough rises. So this is to keep the warmth in there. And there you go. We'll leave that for about 2 hours, and then we'll work on the dough after that. See you in 2 hours. Welcome back. It's been 2 hours now. We're gonna go check on our dough. And before that, I'm just gonna walk you through the ingredients that we'll be using for our chickpea and quinoa soup. Okay, here we are. We're gonna need chickpeas. We have some haradalis seeds. We have cumin, salt, chili powder. Over here, I'll say use your spices of choice. This is what we've chosen to use. Olive oil, 1 large onion, 3 Roma tomatoes. We have a head of garlic, 2 large potatoes, 1 liter of water, have boiled water, and of course quinoa, but we'll just need about 130 grams. All right, so I put the dough in the oven, didn't turn it on, it's in a plastic container. It's risen, that's what it looks like. So first thing I'm gonna do is coat my baking sheet with some oil, like that. Then I'm gonna put my dough here and cut it into half. I'll put the half back in the container and cover it so it doesn't dry out. I'm just making sure that I get rid of all the air pockets in the dough. So now I'm going to be working with little by little. I'll fold it in. Just like that. And then that goes there. Fold it in itself. Just grab the edges and pinch downwards. Just like that. And you have a nice little ball like that. And that goes in there like that. And don't worry if they're not the same size, it's okay. Just try to make them as same as possible, but if you can't, that's fine. So I finished putting them all together. We managed to get 15 all together. I've covered it with saran wrap, and I'm going to put it back in the oven again for an hour to let it rise some more, and then we'll bake it from there. So it's been an hour. We're going to get that dough out of the oven and uncover it. And then this time we're going to bake it, so we're going to get the oven ready. So I'll set it to preheat 375 degrees. Alright, so the oven is ready. We're going to put the dough in, and we're going to time it for 25 minutes. Okay, so for the chickpea and quinoa soup, we'll turn this on to high, and we're only using 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, in goes the onions, in goes the garlic. Cover it and let it cook for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. Okay, now that they've started browning, I'm gonna add my 3 Roma tomatoes in there. And then next is a teaspoon of haragala seeds, stir it. Give it another couple minutes for the tomatoes to cook. So we'll cover it. Okay. It's coming along good. So at this point, I'm gonna add some seasoning salt. I'm also going to add cumin, ground cumin. Chili powder. And then I'll stir it. That smells really good already. The tomatoes look cooked. So the next thing we'll do is add our potatoes in there. I cut them into small pieces, as you can see. I'll stir it. And at this point, you want to lower your heat to medium, and then add your 1 liter of water in there. So once it starts boiling too much, we'll lower it some more. But at this point, we'll leave it at medium. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Here's our dinner rolls. Woo! Looking super delish. Okay, and we're gonna give our soup a few more minutes, because you want the potatoes to get tender. A couple more minutes. The potatoes are tender. I'm gonna add in our chickpeas. I washed and drained them. All right. And then our quinoa goes in. Stir that and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Quinoa doesn't need that long to cook, so 10 minutes should be good. Okay, so I'm gonna season it with some rosemary leaves. This is optional. And I'm also going to use lemon pepper seasoning. Let's taste it just to make sure that we have all the seasoning cracked and on point. Cool. So just one more minute and we're good. Okay, so the soup is ready after you put it in your bowl. Put a little bit of parsley flakes, a little touch. Voila. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Dinner is served. You're very welcome. Now trying our quinoa and chickpea soup. Tastes like welcome home. And our dinner rolls. Awesome. Thanks again for hanging out with us. We hope you'll enjoy this recipe. Try it out and you're very welcome. Have a great day. Bye.